how patient you guys are. Not that I expect anybody watches this anyway, so doesn't really matter.
Watch it there, brother.
Come on, kid, don't run him away, then, you fool. Alright, so here we can see downstairs we've got the Silver Hand having a good old fight with some Drogger, I don't know how you say it, you just run past. You can try and arch them, snipe them, bow them if you want, but I'm not a very good shot and I don't have the patience for it. So we'll just go through and kill these quickly. I don't know where Farkas is gone. I will just say that the first time I did this mission, when I was, I don't know if it's because I was a lower level or just because I wasn't a very good character, or I'd not built it very well, but I got absolutely hammered at this point. Because for some reason the Silver Hand, anyway, the Silver Hand came rushing round. And there's quite a lot of them. I should have took it, so bugger. And I got caught up at the top of the corridor from there, and I was playing as an archer elf, so I had no defense, I had no melee up close capability whatsoever. Farkas went down immediately every time, and it was just a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. It took me about 3 weeks and 5 hours trying to do it. That's obviously a massive exaggeration, but it took me such a long time to do it, and I just, when I'm playing back to it now with a better developed character that copes with those sort of situations, I just think, I don't know why you play anything else.
Someone there? I'm the best.
You'll pay for that.
Oh, we need to get out of there. Quick spot. No one follows me. This is where having a companion meat shield is very helpful. Should be.
This is the end for you.
Tell me about it.
You ready to die today, huh?
Oh, where's Farkas gone?
You won't get away from me.
Oh, Farkas. That's the other thing I see. You know, it's great having a tanking meat shield that you can bring with you and keep you safe, but they're not always that reliable. Apart from Lydia. Lydia was amazing. Just in case, that's a bit of a waste. Oops, amazing. Oh. It's a real waste, clearly. That bit was very difficult as well. The first time I played it, I was level, I think I was level 10 or something. Again, my bow archer elf. I hadn't developed the sneak backstab part of it, so the dark elf. I hadn't developed the magic part of it. I was relying purely on range and sneaky and archery, and it just didn't pan out like that at all. Oh, so, you know, I would say I found playing as a one-handed Nord much. I don't know if I found it easier or if I've just found it. It feels more well-rounded because you can handle. You know, I don't want to keep taking on mead. You can handle the dragons and the mages and the archers, and you can do the melee fights as well. The other place where you really struggle is, well, I've really struggled, I should say, is boss fights. So, for example, if you find yourself, before you get the magic resist, if you find yourself up close with a particularly fearsome skeever, no, particularly fearsome mage. So like one of the dragon priests or something, they can really mess you up. until you sort out your magic resist. Plus, having a shield gives you an extra item to enchant. I know it's limited with what you can put on it, but you can fortify a skill, or you know, like so mine's got fire resist and block on it, which is both very very helpful. Okay, let's go down here. Where's the door? There's the door. There's the spiders. These are very big spiders. Oh, they're poisoned. Oh, he's staggered. So yeah, if you're playing through a lower level, that won't be a giant one, I don't think. It'll be a standard frostbite spider. Same for this. This one won't be a... This Drogo wouldn't be a Death Lord. Snap. And the other thing I don't really do is I don't really use my shouts very much. I'm gonna trust Farkas to kill that. So what happens when you trust Farkas to do anything? I spent my time as a two-hander, and it's fun. It's really fun. Support ancient warbow. Just you know, just running around, just decapitating 2 or 3 people in a go is just brilliant. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I found it a bit less flexible. I'm not, as you've seen, I'm not very careful, and so not having the defensive boost of a shield and the ability to block just it left me very very vulnerable. Okay, I think this is the last part. Yep, it is. Okay, so you can see you come into this tomb looking for a fragment of Uthrad. You know, thousands of tombs all around the edge of the place. You know, no prizes for guessing what's going to happen. Get your word of power. So fire breath. Pick up your health potions. Nothing will spawn or happen until you touch this fragment, and then nothing happens even when you do, apparently. No, ignore that. Something will happen. Come on, where are you? Oh, there we go. In my experience, most of the ones that spawn here at this point are just standard Draugr, so with no suffix or prefix on the name, so they go down quite easy. The last one that comes out of this chest, sarcophagus, is a relentless one, so it will probably know magic and or a shout of some description. But oh, that was super slick. And so that thing I just did, I don't know if you've done that, that's a shout you get as part of the story. So it's quite early on actually, so you know, I hope I'm not spoiling anything. It's the one you get when you speak to the... you see, something, again, a piece of advice I'd give you, and again, this is probably semi-spoilers, so I'm sorry for this. Go to see the Greybeards as soon as you get the mission. It's, you know, they're easy to get to. There's no boss fights involved, there's no dragons. Nothing really happens, except they give you a couple more shouts for free. So, yeah, so what's this guy? Yeah, so he's just a restless one. Sorry, Farkas. You can equip your companions and followers with stuff as well. The armor. You just basically just say you need to trade with them, and give them the equipment, and they'll go. They'll just equip it if it's better than what they've got. I spent the longest time not knowing that, and it's a very, very handy thing to do because it it just it just makes them better. So as you might have seen in one of my other videos, I go with Lydia, who has dragon plate armor, which is obviously much better than the steel stuff she starts with. And a glass sword.
We need to get back to Norvasker.
We do. Okay.
Alright then.
Alright then. So we've done the chest, we've got the word of power. And the way out, the quickest way, I didn't realise this the first time I played it. One of the things that comes through here handily knocks through this crypt, which leads to a tunnel, which takes you back out to Dustman's Cairn, very near the start, which is very handy, because last time I didn't know that. I ran all the way back through the dungeon, expecting to get jumped every step of the way, so it's quite a nerve-wracking affair. Yeah, in terms of leveling in the game, I think they've handled it fairly well. You can grind things if you want to, but it's not necessarily beneficial. I mean, I think that's what happened with the other character I have, the elf I was talking about. I really spent a lot of time like getting up my speech and my picklock and pickpocket and lockpick and things like that. So when I went out and about in the big wide world and it came to combat, I just got hammered because I had no abilities or skills. So I'd be quite careful when you're leveling up. I mean, I wouldn't advise against it or anything like that, but if you're playing on Masters especially, you'll have a much easier time if you manage your level ups better, and if you plan what you want to do before you do it. Which a lot of people, it's a way of playing that I guess people don't want to do. They just want to pick up a sword and just go around and cut stuff up, which is fair enough, I can appreciate that. But yeah, okay, so I think for me, part of the enjoyment on things like this, games like this, is getting a well-rounded...
We've been awaiting your return.
Come, follow me.
Getting a well-rounded experience and making the best character you can. Okay, so when you return with a fragment of Uthrad, Vilkas is waiting outside Jorvaska. All these people are outside. And if you want to cut the video now, basically, you have a little ceremony where they welcome you to the companions. I'll leave it on for now.
Today we welcome a new soul into our mortal fold. This man has endured, has challenged, and has shown his valor. Who will speak for him?
I stand witness to the courage of the soul before us.
Timely arrival.
Would you raise your shield in his defense?
I would stand at his back, that the world might never overtake us.
And would you raise your sword in his honor?
It stands ready to meet the blood of his foes.
And would you raise a mug in his name?
I would lead the song of triumph as our mead hall reveled in his stories.
Then the judgment of this circle is complete. His heart beats with fury and courage that have united the companions since the days of the distant green summers. Let it beat with ours, that the mountains may echo and our enemies may tremble at the call.
It shall be so.
Well, boy, you're one of us now. I trust you won't disappoint.
No pressure. Okay, so then you get all this stuff.
I see you've been allowed to know some secrets before your appointed time. No matter. Yes, it's true. Not every companion, though. Only members of the Circle all share the blood of the beast. Some take to it more than others. Well, I grow old. My mind turns towards the horizon, to Sovngarde. I worry that Shor won't call an animal to glory as he would a true Nord warrior. Living as beasts draws our souls closer to the Daedric Lord Hircine. Some may prefer an eternity in his hunting grounds, but I crave the fellowship of Sovngarde. Yes, but it's no easy matter. but you don't need to share the worries of... And speak to Yorland if you want a better weapon than... whatever
Hey.
that is.
I'll have you know, my glass sword's done me
Some
proud.
nights I dream about the mists of
I don't
Sodom.
care. Okay guys, so that was completing the quest Proving Honour, from the point where you meet Vilcus at Dust Summit, that place wherever you go. Yeah, so there you go, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll probably put some odd random gameplay things in. I've done things in a strange order. I've done, as you can see on my quests here, I've done quite a lot of side quests. So again, there might be some spoilers here. So yeah, I've done quite a few side quests. I haven't really done much of the main quest. The as far as I've got is going to see the Greybeards, and I'm on the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller, which is still very early in the game. So level 36 is hugely extreme, but the points went up when I was improving my smithing and enchanting. I guess yeah, I could do a quick... you can't really see it now because we're in the dark, which is annoying. It's turning round. So again, it's a full complement of dragon scale armour with a shield, glass sword. It's annoying that you can't get a front on view with your weapon drawn. Or if anybody knows how you do that, let me know. Oops. Weapons, yep, so glass sword, forged and upgraded, and then enchanted with frost and fire. And then a glass war axe. Just I'm probably going to remake another one of them just to get the damage up, but that's for stealing souls to fuel this. Yep, so my armour is all dragon scale stuff. So again, I've got... Let's run through that quickly, so if you can see that, basically it boosts... I'm a Nord, so I've got frost resist anyway, so I've put fire and shock and frost all up to 90, and then I just got a general magic resist one, 20%, so that should put me over 100 for all of them. And I boost one-handed attack damage and block percentage, or block damage percentage to about 80 as well. I haven't put anything on my armour or my helmet yet, because I don't really have anything that I like, so maybe I'll do that another day, we'll see. And of course the only other thing I've got that really helps me out, plays a part, is this black star for just stealing souls to recharge my weapons. Comes in very handy. The only shout I used, let's have a look. So the only spell I used in all of that was the basic healing spell for restoration. And the only powers I used there, I was going to use this, Elemental Fury, to make me attack quicker, but I use that for pitched battles, not really for that. So Whirlwind Sprint, just because I like being able to move around quite quick, and it led in quite a nice death animation as well, so I'm quite happy with that. I might look at start trying to use some things like this, but I just don't. I've not invested any points in mana, so I don't know whether I'll bother or not. And in terms of skills, so my restoration, I've put a point in Novice Restoration, Respite and Regeneration, which is that one there, so half the cost, extra 50% healing, heal stamina as well. Enchanting 100, and I've maxed out all of those, apart from the Soul Gem tree. Smithing 100, and I've gone the light armour route to get to dragon armour. I'm thinking of getting to Daedric as well, to get a better sword, but I have to go all the way around, and I don't know how much it increased my damage, so I'll see how many points I've got. Block, I want to max all of this, because shields are awesome. So I've got 3 points in that, and then 1 in Power Bash, Quick Reflexes, which is where the slowdown times have come from, and Deflect Arrows. Oh, that'd be quite useful as well, it'll give me massive elemental protection. One-handed really, because I don't do power attacks, except by mistake, so the only things I really want is I'm going to put 5 points in Armsman, and because I seem to exclusively be using swords, I'm going to put 3 points in Bladesman, and that's about it really. Oh, then light armour. I'm going to try and max all of this tree, apart from maybe Death Movement. Don't know if I'm going to bother with that or not. So I think 10% chance is quite low, and I'm quite stingy with my points, and that's it. So you can see Sneak, Lockpick, Pickpocket, Speech, they've gone up, but I have not put anything in them. So that's my build, so I'd recommend Restoration, Enchanting, Smithing, Block, One-Handed and Light Armour. And then yeah, and then I put my points in Health till I got to 200, then Stamina till I got to 200, and then Health to 300, and then I'm going to do Stamina to 300, and I don't know from there, see what happens. Yeah, so I'm sorry if that was a really long video. I hope you enjoyed some of it, most of it, all of it. Any comments, thoughts, anything like that, much appreciated. Any advice on how to play, because I see my character's far from perfect, and I'm very careless with them, so any advice would be very much appreciated. So yeah, thanks so much guys, see you later.